Hey home builder, Jon Markee here, your Builder CPA, and today I'm going to talk about a really controversial topic, and it is 10 things I hate about BuilderTrend Payments. So for all of my clients and anyone I interact with, I always tell them I have a very love-hate relationship with BuilderTrend, but when it comes to BuilderTrend Payments, unfortunately, it is mostly a hateful relationship. Now, at the end of the day, the bills do get paid, the vendors and the subcontractors do get their money, but it is not without a ton of work on our behalf for our clients. So we've got 10 things here that I really don't like about BuilderTrend Payments, and we'll start with the fact that when something is paid through BuilderTrend, the vendor or the subcontractor almost always has no idea what exactly they were paid for. And I have no idea, I have no real way of seeing the vendor portal on BuilderTrend. I don't really know what they see. Some of them have tried to show me what they see, and it seems to be inconsistent whether you're on the website or the mobile device, but really there is no kind of remittance report that's automatically provided to the subcontractor or the vendor. So we at MyBuilderCPA have gotten into the habit of sending a remittance report for every bill payment that we send. And this has alleviated the problem, but it's a lot of manual work on the back end. Some vendors just want to see which job they were paid for. Other vendors want to see their specific bill number that they submitted. They want to know which has been paid. And we have come across builders who have sent payments through BuilderTrend Payments. The vendors have had no idea what they were paid for, and they started just guessing which bills to apply it to. And unfortunately, usually they are wrong. And then a number of weeks or months later, the vendor is screaming at the builder saying that they were not paid for the right things at the right time, and it becomes this huge cleanup exercise. So hopefully at some point in the future, BuilderTrend Payments can start sending a really nice remittance report to the vendor that shows what was paid, what job it was for, what bill number it was for. That is crucial. The next thing I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is the fact that the vendor or the subcontractor can print their check on a piece of paper at home, and if they take it to the bank to cash it, the bank is extremely skeptical because it looks like a piece of paper that came out of someone's printer, which could potentially be fraudulent. So a lot of times my client, the home builder, will get a phone call asking if this check is legitimate. So I appreciate the due diligence of the bank teller who is making that phone call, but it is a huge inconvenience to have to answer all of these phone calls. So it would be great if BuilderTrend made these checks more official or required everyone to accept electronic payments. There's a lot that could be improved there. And on that note, the next thing I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is the fact that the builder's routing and account number prints at the bottom of every check. So if someone receives a check payment through BuilderTrend Payments and they print it at home, the routing and account number that belongs to the builder, it shows at the bottom of that check. And most builders don't really understand the significance of that because those two numbers are all that it takes for someone to plug it into some kind of electronic payment tool, Stripe, QuickBooks, there's all kinds of payment processing tools, but anyone who has that routing and account number technically has the ability to plug it into an online payment tool. Sometimes they have to check a box that says you have authorization to process this payment. Other times it will just go through and they can process a charge for as much money as they want, which is terrifying. And so this is a huge issue. There are other tools that use a spoof routing and account number at the bottom of the check. So in the event that someone does try to process a fraudulent transaction, it's immediately denied. So this takes more effort on behalf of the home builder because then you have to implement some kind of a tool such as Positive Pay, which will protect you as the home builder, but it costs money with your bank. You have to get it set up. There's a process of uploading a check report, usually on a daily basis. So it's kind of a whole big thing to implement Positive Pay. If you have more questions about it, reach out to your bank or reach out to me and I can give you just some really basic information about Positive Pay. It varies from bank to bank, but in the meantime, I really wish BuilderTrend would find a way to use a spoof routing and account number that gets printed at the bottom of every check. Next, one of the things that I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is the fact that we have almost no visibility into the change history on a bill. So working with a purchase order in BuilderTrend, there's a nice change log that shows me when it was created. It pops up a table, it shows me when it was created, who modified it, what they changed, who moved it to be, the show is work complete. It's got a really nice change log, but that does not exist on a bill. So when I'm going to pay a bill on behalf of one of my clients, I have no idea who marked it as ready for payment, when it was. if it was the automated tool based on the schedule or if it was a human being. So a lot of times I find myself navigating to the little eye in the circle in the bottom left of the bill, and I'm trying to decipher it. And usually it only gives me one update, the most recent update. So I don't know what happened before that. So I really need more of an audit history on every bill. Next, one of the things that I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is there is no way for me to easily tag someone or flag a bill or, yes, I can add things in descriptions. I can technically add a comment, but I'm not sure how many people use that. It's just really difficult to have a conversation about a bill on the bill. So usually we resort to a lot of emails back and forth. I know I can copy the URL at the top of the browser. I can copy that URL and I can send an email to someone saying, hey, did you approve this? Or I need more information. Can you tell me what this bill is for? We just need a more conversational element on each and every bill. Then when it comes to data entry, so it's really awesome when my clients can create a purchase order, and then that is kind of a quasi contract with their subcontractor or vendor. It documents the price. So if the bill comes in at a higher price than what was agreed to on the purchase order, we know that we have something to sort through. But when it comes time to actually entering the bills, there's no way to do a bulk upload. What I really need is I need to be able to read my email, enter bills into a spreadsheet. I just need to be able to key in the bill number, the vendor name. I need to be able to indicate the PO number, and then I need to be able to do a bulk upload. But as of now, we have to read the email, find the PDF, download the PDF, search for the purchase order, and then we have to manually create a new screen for the bill. It's just a really labor-intensive process. There are so many bulk upload tools that are available in QuickBooks or related applications. So this is a huge missing feature. It's scary to think that some home builders might have to pay a full-time employee just to enter the number of bills, because you have to go one at a time. And when I timed our team, how long it takes to read the email, download the PDF, find the PO, make adjustments, create a new bill screen, upload the PDF, it's like 7.5 minutes for every bill that needs to be entered. And that is outrageous. When you think about how many bills you get as a home builder on a weekly basis, yeah, you're gonna have to hire someone just to monitor inbox and enter the bills and try to match them to a purchase order. So the data entry really takes a lot of time. The next thing I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is the fact that I cannot see a purchase order and a bill on the same screen. It should be a really easy interface where on one side of the screen, I see the PO, on the other side of the screen, I see the bill. We compare on the same screen, maybe even in the same window. But as of now, I'm constantly clicking back and forth between the purchase order and the bill, and it's not a super fast loading process. So that's really something that could be improved. And then the next thing I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is that even after I issue a payment to a subcontractor vendor, the check does not automatically get sent to QuickBooks. So I have run across clients of mine who are home builders and they pay someone through BuilderTrend, and the subcontractor even cashes their check, but because the check was not sent to QuickBooks, someone else on the staff of the home builder, they log into the QuickBooks account and they see half a dozen bills to a vendor that are not marked as paid. There is no bill payment recorded in QuickBooks. And then someone else shockingly, terrifyingly prints a check from QuickBooks and double pays all of the bills. So it blows my mind. As soon as bills are paid in BuilderTrend, the check payment needs to immediately go into QuickBooks so that all of those bills are marked as paid. This needs to happen so that there are no communication pitfalls. It just blows my mind how frequent double payments are coming up. So we as a team, after we pay bills, we have to go into the online payment section. It's like 5 different clicks. We have to click into the payment that was sent. Then we have to click into one of the bills that was paid. Then we have to click into the payment. Then we have to look at the screen, and in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a button that says send to QuickBooks. That is way too many clicks. This should all happen automatically. Then another thing I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is that it's difficult to analyze bills that are ready for payment. So a lot of times we have like a huge table in BuilderTrend. We have no idea how much the original purchase order was. We can see what variance codes were utilized, but we have no idea if the bill differs from the PO by $5 or $50,000. So when we're going to pay bills and say we have 50 bills for one subcontractor that need to get paid today, and 49 of those bills have variance codes, we have to click into each and every bill, and then we have to go to the purchase order and we have to see how much the purchase order was originally. So if the bill comes in and it's $5 more than the original purchase order, no big deal. We can just go ahead and pay that. It's immaterial. Who knows what happened, a slight communication discrepancy or whatever. But if we have a bill that is $50,000 more than the original purchase order, it will still only show a variance code, and we have no clue that it is way egregiously very material over the original purchase order. So I really wish BuilderTrend would just add a column to show what's the dollar amount of the variance that we're working with here. Is it $5 or $50,000? Because dealing with different scenarios like that, it's way different. You know, if the bill is only $5 over the PO, no problem, we can pay it. If it's $50,000, different story. We have to have a conversation. And the last of the 10 things that I have to list about the things I hate about BuilderTrend Payments is I have not seen any indication that artificial intelligence is being implemented here. And I think there's a huge opportunity to speed up this process, make it more secure, more reliable, just by using AI. And at this time, everything is super manual when it comes to paying bills in BuilderTrend. I'm just shocked. I think it's a huge opportunity for them. I want them to adopt AI in the bill payment process. It has the potential to save a home builder a full-time staff person on their team who doesn't have to look at these variances every week, who can automatically send things faster or arrange for things to get paid on the due date. I mean, why can't we schedule payments to go in advance? Right now, you have the option to pay your bills now or not. And with AI, you could schedule it at some point in the future. So before you implement BuilderTrend Payments, consider another tool like Bill, which was formerly called Bill.com. You can still create all of your purchase orders in BuilderTrend. You can still enter all of your bills in BuilderTrend, and then you can send your bills to QuickBooks, and then QuickBooks can send the bills to Bill.com. And Bill.com has a robust vendor subcontractor network where a lot of times you might be able to connect with people who already have a Bill.com account. The electronic payments can be faster. They have offered different speeds of payments. You can schedule payments in advance. The vendor can opt to receive a check in the mail, and that will have a spoof routing and account number at the bottom, which is much more secure for the home builder who's paying the bill. The activity that I'm seeing at Bill, the type of innovation I'm seeing over there is way more advanced than what BuilderTrend Payments is offering at this time. So like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with BuilderTrend. The love aspect is that the project management, the scheduling, a lot of those things show potential. The hate side is there's a lot of things that can be improved when it comes to paying your bills through BuilderTrend. So if you're exploring a relationship with BuilderTrend Payments, I hope this creates a transparent aspect of what you're going to see if you implement this process. And I hope it inspires you to look at some other tools that might be more efficient or intuitive for what you're looking for. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day.